Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. Hey y'all, thanks for joining me. Welcome in, welcome in. I have some fun things to share with you today. It's a little bit of a crafty haul. First, I'm going to share with you some dies that I picked up from Amazon. One's KS Crafts. I have some others in the mail. I'm not sure who everything is from, but we're going to start with these little houses. Now, these aren't necessarily haunted houses, but they could be used that way. They could be used in, lots of different themes and stuff. It is just, oh, my vision doesn't want to work today. Forest Village houses, sorry. Yeah, my eyes don't want to work. So there are 5 houses. I put a little bit of yellow paper behind a couple of them just so you could see what it might look like if they were lit up, and I just cut them out of white just to have them cut out. But there are 4 different sizes of clouds, of trees, and of stars. There's 1 lamppost, 1 fence, section of fencing, and then the 5 houses. But I think they're really cute, and I think they're going to be lots of fun. I have some smaller ones from Whimsy. They come in one of their slimline die sets, but they're teeny tiny little houses, which it's appropriate for the set, and everything is proportioned correctly. But I like the size of these a little bit better. They just have a little more presence. So I'm going to move these out of the way, and I'll be right back. Okay, and then I also have these fun skellies. They are just so much fun. Now these 2, I left the eyes and the nose in. I just used a little bit of washi tape on the back to hold them in place. But you can also take them out, and then I put black behind these 2. Now this one isn't supposed to come with horns, but just a scrap piece of paper that I was using made those horns perfectly, so I'm leaving them because I just like that. I think it's super fun. But yeah, you can put whatever color, pattern paper or whatever you want behind them, and they will, that's the color that will show through their eyes and their little bitty nose. But I just think that they're just really cute. I love that they're having a little skelly party. And I have to say, I love the little horns on this guy. And you could put hats on them. You could put sunglasses. I could see a little top hat, maybe holding like a banner or a cane. I mean, you name it, guys. These are just super, super cute and very fun. And I'm looking forward to using them. So hang on just a second, and I'll be back with some more. All right, and then I also have these 2 dies. Now each one of them is 4 1/4, so each one can be the width of a card, right? But also, if you wanted to make it as a larger card, how cool is that? That's really cool. And of course, you can cut off whatever bits you don't want, whatever bits you may not need. But it also comes with the little bitty bat and the Jacko, which of course I lined with the yellow paper on the back just so that it looked like he was lit up. And then the 2 cute little ghosties, because I cut the whole thing out. They came out in black, obviously, but I don't mind that. And I love that, I lit up their little eyes with the yellow as well, so it just gives them kind of an ethereal sort of look. But I think these are super fun and so versatile, and you can use them for so many different things, which is what versatile means, right? This is supposed to be a tombstone, but it almost looks just like a fence post, And then another tombstone and a couple creepy trees, tufts of grass. I mean, it's just super cute. All right, and then I'll be right back again. Okay, and now this is the one from KS Crafts. Obviously, it's a Memorydex card. Now, I left it together because this is a little flip up, and you have like a little reveal there, and it says pull up. It impresses the word pull up into the cardstock. And this is a watercolor card actually that I used. so it's a little bit thicker, but it cut it out nicely. Now it does have this so that you could take it off if you didn't want to use that part, but it creates like a little embossed area here for the hinge, and then these pieces are, well, they're stitched, but it's also perforated so that when you open it up, you can show a fun reveal. So for this one, I haven't opened it yet, but I will open it for you so you can see. Let me see how easily it's going to open without tearing. And will it just open on the perfs? So I would say maybe don't use watercolor card, because it will definitely be a fun reveal for whoever you send it to, but you don't want it to tear in the process. And I'm finding that that is what's happening with this watercolor card. So just be forewarned about that part. And then it has the little hinge. But look at this sweet guy on inside. I just thought he was fun. I thought he would be a fun surprise for someone to open this. Yeah, you definitely want to use more appropriate paper. Probably pattern paper would come apart easier there. But isn't that cute? I just thought it was super cute. And it's just adhered to the back. But that would be a really fun Memory Decks card, especially if you're doing swaps with other people and everyone gets to open their own and see. Because if you wanted to add embellishments and whatnot, you could do that to this layer before you adhere it to the back. And you could even, you know, do it, lift it up so that it has some dimension, and open it up, and then it's like a little vignette on the inside. That would be super, super cute. So obviously this wasn't the best reveal because I chose the wrong paper to die cut it in, but I think it's still a very cute idea, and I'm happy with that. And hang on just another minute, and I'm going to be back with some things from Michaels. Okay, and now Reflections has all of their Halloween stuff out. So these are little tombstones. Each one is different. They all say R.I.P., which of course we know stands for rest in peace. Hang on just a minute. I know we don't like the crackle. How cool are those? I want to do more 3D mixed media stuff, but I just have a hard time. I don't know why, but hopefully the more supplies that I have for it, the more that I will be ready to jump on that board. On board with that. I don't know how to say that. Y'all know what I mean. So there are the little tombstones, and then there's this packet of cauldrons. There are 6 in there. I'm not going to take them all out, but look at how stinking cute. And you could put little things in them. They have true little handles. I have those little light up balls that Tim Holtz recommended a few years ago. You just pull the little tab out, and they're just little balls, and they stay lit. They stay lit well for a solid 24 hours at least. But beyond that, they tend to fade. But they produce a little bit of light for about a week, but the first 24 hours is the best. But I thought those were really cute, and they're going to be a lot of fun. And then there's these little books. They actually, oh, they do actually open. Now I know a lot of people make their own miniature books. How cute are these? Again, in a little vignette if you're wanting to make a library or just have some books to stack things on. One says potions, another says spells, and there's an eyeball. This one is like the goddess moon kind of. There's a spider, and this one is a sun. It says something on it, but I cannot read it. It's just too tiny. But I think those are super, super cute. And then, again, similar to the eyeballs that Tim Holtz had with Ideology, there's this pack. I'm not going to take them out, but there are 4 of the green and yellow. There are 3 of the blue, 3 of the pink. No, it looks like there's 4 of the pink, and then 3 of this orangey reddy color. So at least that's what I can see underneath. There may be more under there that I can't see, but anyway, I just thought they were super fun. And then I picked up some more of the spell bottles. Oh, they may not be spell bottles. They can just be bottles, right? So I have several different ones. I only picked up 1 pack of each, of every item. But, you know, they had some of these from last year that I picked up as well. And I've also picked up some from Dollar Tree in years past, too. And I also picked up these miniature frames. Now this is something that I might want to get multiples of because I really, really like the frames, and I use frames a lot for a lot of different things, so I just thought those were really fun. But again, going back to the idea of a vignette, if you're making a haunted house or whatever, you could put photos and hang those on the wall. That would be really fun. Let me see, is that everything from that line? Yes. All right, and then they had these alphabet dies, which I thought were so good and so reasonably priced. I think they were $8. So I love the font. It's a classic font, uppercase, lowercase, and the numbers over here. So that makes my heart happy to be able to play with those. And then I also picked up this size of a hole punch. This is the actual size. So the only hole punch that I still have is it's a purple handle. I don't know who made it, but it's a tiny little, I don't know, maybe an eighth of an inch hole. And I find when I'm making tags, I just need a bigger hole, even than what my crocodile has. So I was excited to pick that up. And then for tubes of paint, I need to get probably a couple more of these because I feel like I've wasted a lot of paint, especially with when I was doing all my jelly plate printing, and I plan to do more. So I say was, as in not going to happen again, but please don't hear that because it will. I just sometimes need to put that away to focus on other things, but I really am glad to have these to make sure that I get all the paint out of my tubes. So I'll need more. Then I also picked up these ephemera packs. Now this one is part of, oh, I don't know, because they have a couple different Halloween lines out right now. And it doesn't say which ones they coordinate with. But I know that they do. But there you can see all the different pieces. I think this is Dead Regency, if I'm not mistaken. And then this one, I just don't know what this one was called. And then there's an Alice themed one as well, Alice in Wonderland. So I'm excited to play with those too. Then I also picked up this layering die. I'm so excited about it. You can use all the pieces individually, but you can also use them together. So there's this beautiful Gothic window, the spooky tree, the raven, and the bat. And of course you can layer them if you want to, but you don't have to. But I fell in love with this Gothic window. That was a must-have for me. So this right here is the reason I went to Michael's that day. And then I also picked up another glue eraser. I don't know what happened to mine. I need to get another sand eraser as well because it seems to be MIA too. So anyway, give me just 1 minute. I'll clean this up and I'll be back with a couple more things from Miss Tina Kappa. Okay, before I jump into the things I got from Tina, I wanted to share that I picked up this muslin. I am getting my room to a place where I can actually start using my sewing machine again, and I want to make some prim Halloween decor as well as Christmas. And I know muslin is often what they use, and it's a perfect base for so many different things. So I picked up some muslin, not a lot, but just enough to get me started. And then from Tina, I picked these up. They were from a couple weeks ago. Picked up these Gemini dies from her. I like that they're stitched. They could be shaped cards, they could be any number of things, but like I said, they are stitched. This is, what are they calling it? Stitched Stitch Edge Oval 2. This is Stitch Edge Circle, but obviously they're fancier than just a circle and an oval. And this is Stitch Edge Square 2. Oh, they're all number 2. Oval 2, Circle 2, Square 2. So I'm guessing that oval, circle, and square 1 may have just been the traditional regular oval, circle, and square. I'm not sure, but I liked them. I thought they were different. I don't have anything in these shapes, and of course, you know, Tina always gives such amazing prices. Okay guys, so I lied. I thought I was done with my haul, and then I realized I still had some things to share, and I've gotten more things in the mail since then, and there's still more coming. So this may be segment 2 of more, or I may just put it in a different video. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but let me jump on into it because I have another die from Craft I picked up on Amazon. This is their Ghost Rosette die. Can you see the little ghosty detail? And it's interesting because it almost looks like a fence when it's die cut out, and instead of a finial on top, it has the little ghosties. Super, super cute. And so I put one together and I've made this rosette. Now this is 3 of these cut out. Now I may have been able to make a smaller rosette with just 2, but I used heavy cardstock. So this is 110 pound cardstock. So if I'd used something a little bit lighter, it may have been more flexible. But I just used circle die and some black and white plaid cardstock or pattern paper from my stash. You just put those circles in the middle, and this is just a straw from my stash as well. I have several different patterns in black and white. And then ultimately I will put some type of Halloween imagery in the center there, and that'll be a cute little rosette. And you can hang these from the ceiling. You can do all kinds of different things with them. They're super, super cute. You could fold it in half, and it could be a bag topper. You could make just a half of one, and it could be like a neck ruffle on a character. You could use these types of rosette dies in lots of different ways. And you don't need a die to make a rosette. I usually sometimes I'll score my paper at like 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, depending on how big I want my rosette to be. And then you just accordion fold it. That's all you do. But this was super, super cute. And you can't get that cute little ghosty detail if you don't have a die, because that's super adorable. Now you can go in and you can do ink blending on these. You can cut it out of any type of paper you want to. I just kept it simple with the white, and I just thought that was super cute. So there's that. And then I also have this set of dies, again from Amazon. I don't know who the vendor was, but these are little haunted houses. Or they could just be quirky. I guess they don't all look scary. I hope you can see those okay on that lace background. But I know that you'll be able to see the die cuts because I cut them out of black and I put them on this paper so you could see them. But they're super, super cute. So you can see that guy cuts out that like spiderweb detail there. And then that's this one. And then this one with the swoopy tops. I think that's really cute. And then of course that one. I love this little light garland down here and the little cottage lights. Not sure what that is supposed to be. And then this one again with that spider web detail. Super cute. And I love all the little lights hanging off of them. They're really cute. These are lights as well. They didn't cut out quite right, so I couldn't get the dots out. You can see in these how the dots are out. The circles are out. So if you put that on yellow, you know, it's going to look like the whole thing is lit up. But they're just quirky and fun, and yeah. I usually don't buy dies off of Amazon, but when I was looking at Craft, you know how searches go. Other things pop up. So got those. And then also from Amazon, I picked up these, hang on. I don't know what these are called, these fabric strips, but there's 5 of each. And I'm not going to go through all of them because they're hard to separate. But you can see they have that very vintagey vibe. Kind of spooky, all the same colorway. I think they're a lot of fun. Spooky tree, ravens, a rose, a heart. And so I've been wanting to learn to do snippet rolls, and I think these are perfect for that. You can allow some of it to show through, cover some of it up. I think these are perfect for that. So, Jana, I know we've talked. Let me know. I can send you some. I have plenty to share. So there's that pack, and then I also have this pack. And again, there are 5 rolls in this one as well. These might all be different. Let me see. So this one we have ghosts, and then the cat. Another raven. These ones are a little more clear than this stack. Oh, he's cool. They're hard to flip. It's kind of slickery. I haven't looked at these yet. They're fun. All right, and then I picked up some things from Whimsy's new release. They're starting their Halloween season over at Whimsy. And the Halloweeners team is active, and they're already creating and posting things. Now this is a brand new pack. It is called Lil, L-I-L, Lil Friends, and there's these cute little images, and there's also sentiments in here. Now these are their quick card fronts, and Whimsy has a whole series of quick card fronts. But look at how stinking cute. Oh my goodness, they're adorable. Oh, I didn't see that big spider there before. And then the sentiments say, brewing up some fun, happy Halloween, spooky sweet, you're spooktacular, tricks or treats, you're always sweet, happy spooky season, trick or treat, and let's get spooky. So, again, that's the Lil Friends quick card fronts. And then there is this set of dies. This is new. These are called chunky squares. Oh, chunky checkers, I'm sorry. So I went ahead and die cut them out, and I just thought it might be fun to show you on the cards what they would look like. So this is the largest one, but how cute would that be to frame that out? And of course you can put other paper behind there to get a different look, right? You could just put it on, you know, whatever, and that's the color that's going to show through. But each one also cuts out this inside. So this black piece is the inside to this one, but then the die set also has this one. You see this little stitched piece. So you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4 dies, and this is that stitched piece. So this pattern paper is from the Hocus Pocus pattern paper pack that they have. I don't know if it's still available or not, but that's the center that cuts out, and so you could layer it up really easily. Because see, that fits perfectly, but it gives you that little bit of a black border. I love that. I love that a lot. In fact, let me flip this over so you can see it a little bit better. So you've got the chunky checkers frame, and then you've got the insert that it die cuts out as well. And then you have this extra piece that die cuts separately. And that's really cute. That's a really fun way to layer. And then there's these two smaller ones. Here's this size, and it has the insert as well, and then there's that size. Now this one is just a little too big for ATCs, and then this one would be more like for a picture frame on something. You know what I mean? Like you could frame her, or you could just frame her like that. That's even better. But lots of different ways you can use these, and again, it has the inserts. So you can save these for something else. You can use them as scrap, you know. You can use them how you want to. But I thought those were really fun. And I'm eager to see what else Whimsy releases for Halloween. So, let me go over this way. And then I also picked up this from them. This is a new die set, Sentiment die set. This is the Quick Strips 2. And obviously they're all Halloween, so I cut them out. So you've got this, or they're with Halloween in mind. But like this could be honey, this could be blood, this could be icicles. It could be any number of things. It could just be water. And then these are just kind of a classic, and then these are more along the lines of like a deckled edge, so that worn and distressed look. So I think they're fun. I love that they come in 2 different sizes, so it's the same 3 dies, they're just in different sizes, and I love that idea. Super, super cute. Again, Quick Strips 2, and I love my Quick Strips. I use them a lot. And then again from Miss Tina. Now, Tina, this was one of the lots that I picked up from her, and she sent me, I don't even know how much Happy Mail, so that's going to be in a different video, but so much Happy Mail. But I just love this stamp. I think it's beautiful. I've been looking for different fences and stuff, and happy to have this in my stash now. I think that's going to be, that can be used for Halloween as well, but to me that's going to be more for like an elegant card. Like I can see a Christmas wreath hanging on there, or a beautiful scene back behind it with maybe hills and deer and something like that. But it's big. This is a big stamp. I don't know how these open. I know someone's laughing at me. I don't want to rip the packaging, but this is a big stamp. Like, I can feel it goes to here. So that's probably a 6-inch stamp. That is large. Oh yeah, 6x4 right there. Yeah, so that is large. And I love it. I think it's beautiful. There's lots of texture and detail in that stamp. So super excited about that. And then I also picked up another order of stencils from A Colorful Life Designs. It's been a minute since I picked up anything from A Colorful Life. And she always includes a little bit of card bling, which you can also buy in her shop. So let me pull these out and we'll look at them one at a time. It might work better if I put them on this so we can see. So we can only see part of it, but that's a really fun pattern. This is called Mid-Century Circles and Squares. I like the way that looks. Now, I'm not necessarily a mid-century person, but I like the graphic nature of the circles and the squares. That's really fun. And then this one's kind of a mid-century vibe as well. Yep, mid-century star balls is what it says. So this whole release looks like it was mid-century. Atomic Strands. That one's fun. And I did not pick up the whole release, but I thought it was fun. And this one says Bauhaus Circles, Circle Mask. Love that. Love that. Obviously, I've not played with anything yet, but I'm looking forward to. And for right now, that is it. If I decide to end this, I'll be back with an outro. If I decide to wait another day and see what else comes in the mail, then there will be segment 3. But until then, I'm out. All right, sweet friends, I'm back again. I have just a couple more things to share with you. I have other things coming, but they're not going to be here for a few more days, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Today in the mail, I received my order from Sweet Miss Daisy. So I've got two, count them, two packages, paper and stamps. So let's look at the stamps first. Miss Anna, my sweet friend Miss Anna, she's adorable, and she always makes sure that her packaging is adorable as well. She thinks about every detail, I can tell you. All right, let me see. Can it come out? It's in there very snugly. Oh, look, the ledger. Oh, the sweet garden girl. And she began to fly. And then look, another one of her cards. I have so many of these cards, but I love them. Thank you for your order. Tag us on Instagram and YouTube at Sweet Miss Daisy. Love, love, love. Oh, it looks like there's something else in there. Oh, look. The lavender stickers. What? Perfection. Anna, see the details. Y'all, the details. Oh, and that part totally slipped past me, but the lavender, right? The lavender bag. Oh my goodness. Anna, girl, I need to take a lesson out of your playbook. Another sweet little daisy. Oh, oh, oh. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything in the bag. I don't want to miss any of those details. And here we have letters and ledgers and lavender field. Yes, indeed, lavender field. This plaid is so good, and I'm glad it comes in all the colors. It's in another pack, this yellow and this purple, and I was showing my son how much I love them, and it made my heart so happy to see more of them here. If I could get a pack of just the plaid, Anna, are you listening? I would do just plaid. I'm a plaid girl. I hope you've got a black and white pack coming again. Okay, let's look. Let me stop talking. Lavender field. Okay. And I want to point out, this is something that Anna pointed out last time. The patterns are true to size. They've not been scaled down to fit the cover of the paper pack. They are true to size because look. I mean, that's the real deal. That is the real deal. So we've got 4 of the purples, and then the purple stripe, and then the ledgers. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to oh yeah after everything because I'll be oh yeahing this whole time. My gosh, look at that. Brown. I am such a brown girl. Look at that. The diagonal stripe. Oh, Anna. Be still, my heart. Swoon. Swoon, swoon. Okay. Love all of those. That is lavender fields. Field, singular. All right, and this one is letters and ledgers. I adore that it's all in neutrals. I love color too, but I am a neutrals girl all day, every day. So again, 12 designs, 4 of each pattern. That's the front sampler, if you will, and they are all true to scale. I love all the watermarks, the coffee stains, the distressing, the cancellation marks, the polka dots, actually that's worn dots back there, right? So good. The different types of handwriting and the different script fonts. so much detail. The little spills that got kind of strewn about. I mean, what is not to love? Even the different color tones, the lines. Oh, Anna. Sweet Miss Anna. All right, friends. So that truly does wrap up this haul. It has been a lot. If you've stuck with me this far, let's do a giveaway. Let's do, let me think. In the comments, put stick with it, right? Use the phrase stick with it in your comment downstairs. I don't know what the giveaway is going to be yet. I'm probably not going to keep it open for more than a couple of days, but I have some duplicates of items that I've purchased recently. I can tell you, you will not be disappointed if you win, and there might be more than one winner. So just let me say that. Everybody who uses the phrase stick with it in their comment will be put into like a, probably what I'll do is just write your names out and put them into a bowl and then, you know, do a drawing and let you guys see me do the drawing. That's probably what I'll do. So yes, I'm excited about that. That's a fun way to end this very long haul video. I've had a lot to share. I've done a lot of shopping, and I have a Happy Meal weekend video coming up as well because I've received some fun gifts from sweet friends, and I've received some cards and just some different things that I want to share with you guys. That's on the Happy Meal side, not so much the haul side. So to me, a haul is something that I've purchased, whereas Happy Meal is a gift. So with that, I am going to let you go for real this time. I know that I have ended this video, I think 3 or 4 times now, and I think I've edited all of that out. So hopefully that piece of redundancy is removed. But I thank you guys, and I hope that you did stick with it. And until next time, guys, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy, and I'm out. Mwah. Bye-bye.